Anne, your turn, and then Jackie Owen.
Hi everyone, I'm Anne Tucker from Anne's Art and Design Space, and I'm a brand and business strategist. I sell how to brand your business coaching sessions at $50 an hour, and the people that buy them want to have a cohesive standout presence on Facebook and Instagram. Anne Tucker, Anne's Art and Design Space.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Anne. Every week at Business at Breakfast, the second sitting, one of the members gets the opportunity to share with the group further insights into their business or enlighten the group a little bit more about themselves. The member can use the time to problem solve or seek assistance or advice from the group as a collective. The time is theirs to use however they would like. Today we have the wonderful Anne Tucker, who is a branding and business strategist. So a little bit about Anne. Anne Tucker lives in Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. She is a brand and business strategist and is the principal behind Anne's Art and Design Space. Anne has had over 22 years' experience as a CEO and company secretary for a group of multifaceted private companies. She also served as an executive director on its board of directors for a further 5 years. During her tenure, Anne doubled the size of the organisation. Since then, she has helped many women in business with the development of a personalised and unique brand identity, brand strategy, business and strategic planning, coaching and mentoring, customization and comprehensive support services. Anne speaks weekly to business events about branding, business planning, and marketing. And now she simplifies everything in the realm of branding and business stuff for people who come out networking. With that, Anne, you've got up to 8 minutes. Kathy's going to do a timer, so I don't need to do this as such. But when your time is up, it's really just up to you to wrap that up. If you are faster than 8 minutes, we just have more time for questions. And with that, I'll let you take it away.
Thanks very much, Misty. So again, hi everyone, I'm Anne Tucker from Anne's Art and Design Space, and I'm a brand and business strategist, and I'm also a coach. I sell how to brand your business coaching sessions at $50 an hour, and I also sell DIY branding kits that start from $38.50. So the people that buy these items are looking to brand their business and also to have that standout presence on social media, etc. I'm also a self-taught graphic designer in Canberra, an artist and a partner in an artisan candle business, just in case I get bored. As Misty has identified, I've had many years with a corporate background and also in leadership roles. Anne's Art and Design Space firstly evolved with my painting and my artwork, and then I designed a whole range of digital templates that were mainly to do with branding, which is a particular speciality of mine from my corporate days. As my branding kits sold, people asked me to work with them to assist them in actually completing the process. Whilst the templates are fairly simple, there's a lot to them, and people just wanted a guiding hand to help them go through that process. Because branding basically is not just about logos, colours and fonts, but about writing up your business statements, determining your core values, your brand personality, tone of voice, etc. And this strategic process actually helps business owners to really think about their business as a whole, and what they're trying to do, what they want to achieve for the future, and how they want to be seen by their markets. So that's how the How to Brand Your Business coaching sessions came about. I now call my kits Done With You instead of DIY, and it's a great process. What's evolved from this again is, as I've worked with more clients, I've been asked to help in a lot of other areas where small business owners may have issues or just need a hand. So some of the ways I help, I do carry out back to basics business audits to assist in identifying any gaps in people's business. I help set up Etsy shops. I audit and refine Google business profiles. And a certain sales trainer certainly needs a hand with that, because apparently she still lives in Canberra, Misty.
Apparently.
Yeah. I review websites to make sure there's a consistency with branding, but also to check that the content's there, that that the website flows from a marketing point of view, and the business owner is actually promoting themselves well. I don't develop websites. That's not my thing. So I suggest that you contact Jackie Owen if you need a hand with website development. I help set up payment systems like Square, obviously for invoicing, special payment links, etc. I help with general marketing solutions and content creation, setting up business profiles for social media platforms. I don't do social media management. And I believe Renee was talking this morning, Misty.
Yeah, Renee Laughlin. Yeah, social
Yeah,
media management. Yeah.
Renee's fabulous. So I suggest that, you know, if you want someone to help you manage your social media, she's the lady to go to. I'm recently branching out into a little bit of AI stuff, but all very relevant to business. So I look at where we can, business owners can find potential new client segments, writing up their client personas, and all, as I said, with the help of my best friend ChatGPT. Also help with writing product descriptions, so a little bit of copywriting in there as well, and pretty much anything else that people ask me to do on the hop, which is interesting because some of it's a real good learning curve. You can certainly check out my website and my coaching hub page to find out more about what I do. And you can view all of my digital products in my Etsy shop, and all of those details are in the chat. Happy to drop that in again if you need be. Thank you very much for your time. Any questions?
Excellent. Thank you so much, Anne. There we go.
I kept it short, Misty.
Yeah, 5 minutes. All right, who's got some questions for Anne? Yes, Kathy.
Thank you very much, Anne. Great presentation. One thing I would like to ask is AI, of course, has lots of different tips and tricks within it. Have you noticed a consistent error that many people make within the AI system?
I think one of the most consistent errors is taking what it gives you and uses it verbatim. Because it's like anything. You need to refine, read, review what you're getting from the system. You can't just pull it out and drop it into, you know, a blog post, for example. And there's so many prompts that are obviously being sold all over town. My own, it's not so much a problem, but I find that if you keep it simple, if you keep your prompts very simple, very specific, it will give you what you want. And certainly what also happens, I find with my own experience, the more I'm on it and the more I'm asking questions, which are generally about my business, which is fairly general, it's about business in general, it actually gets to know you. And so the answers are better and better the more you interact with it. I don't go all over town. I stick with ChatGPT, as I said, because I have that history with it, and it generally knows what I'm after, and it speaks the way I speak now, because it can.
I love that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Anyone else got some questions for Anne? Jackie Owen.
And do you thanks for your talk. I really love the way that you've explained that branding is more than just the logo and a few colors and fonts. What are the advantages of taking your branding beyond just logos and fonts?
Look, I think today the market is very saturated. B, I think particularly after COVID, people are more, they want to see the people behind the business. It's, you know, a few years ago, you could have got away with just selling your product, and that's it. Nowadays, people want to know who they're dealing with. You can't just stand behind your business name. So going beyond that, logo, colours, etc., the consistency, of course, is important. But what is more important is being your true self, and that your customers can see that. They like to interact with you more before they actually make a purchase. So we all have our personalities. If we look across, in the room here now, everyone's different, and people resonate with different people. And that's why your branding, when you look at what are your values, what do you believe in, what is your personality, that's so important today. And not only that, knowing your clients as well. That personal interaction, I think, is critical today. Whereas a few years ago, you could have got away with basically doing very little. Not like that anymore.
I'll tell you a Facebook page for everyone to look up. Women in Business Connect, Central Coast. Janine Hunter, who is part of Business at Breakfast, her branding is so on point that prior to meeting Anne, like I would just see it. But since meeting Anne, and she says, it's about the branding, and as Jackie asked, what's beyond the logo and the font, and it's to do. And Anne is always saying about the colours, and then how it's set up in the template. Doesn't matter if Janine uses a square or a circle or whatever it is. Her colours are always consistent with how everything is, which then pulls everything together. And it's so consistent on her Facebook page that now I only have to see those colours, the two main colours that she uses, and then I go, oh, that's Women in Business Connect. And it doesn't really matter what the message is. It's already put me in that space. If you go onto Facebook and you see any coffee ads, right, chances are it's Renee Victoria Laughland from Resolute Social. Like, so consistent is she about coffee, adding coffee into everything that she posts up on Facebook, that it doesn't matter what the colors or the branding or anything like that, but so consistent is she in the coffee stuff that when something pops up on my screen that's coffee, I think, oh, that's so funny, I must tell Renee. Oh, that is Renee's. And that's how consistent it is. So it's had me understand that by seeing those two to get a visual effect of what it is that Anne does. I know that Anne has always posted her or sold her DIY kits on Etsy. As a result of her selling it on Etsy, I ended up hiring her for coaching to go, okay, help me with this whole Etsy account thing. So sometimes you do something somewhere, like Anne does the branding, but then she's been picked up through all these other little aspects of what she does to sell her things as well. And then so she's picked up all these other business development strategies as well, of which we end up getting to hire her for. And I had to have 2 lessons because I'm not completely energetic in that space, and I tell you, money well spent for 2 lessons in that particular space for me to get mine up on Etsy. Joanne, you've got your hand up, and I think Neville was waving, and I'm not sure if he was waving for someone or if he was, oh no, okay. So Joe, you've got your hand up.
Thanks, Misty. I just wanted to say that yes, I'm currently working with Anne, and it's really great. I like her low-key shoot from the hip style. It just suits me perfectly. And I think Anne might think I've dropped her completely because I haven't responded to an email that she sent to me, but I'm looking at it, Anne, and I'm considering some of the points and stuff. So, but it is really nice working with Anne, and even in just the one session that we've had at the moment, I've made a few changes, and so many things make a lot more sense now. So
thank you, Joanne. And I knew you were away too, so I've left you alone. You get to me when you need to.
Yeah, horses take over everything.
That's good.
Horses.
And
so
I
it is
just
relaxing, isn't it? Working with Anne is quite relaxing. Where you think,
yeah, no, it's good,
oh,
and confidence
really
building.
Down. Yeah, it's a good confidence builder. I agree.
Well, thank you. I want to just touch back on Misty's comments about the 2 social media posts we were talking about, which is all counts. It is Janine and Renee. And I think that the 2 important things about both of those is it again goes back to that personality, because they're both completely different people. Janine in Women in Business Connect, as soon as you see the green and the pink, I know that's who it is, and I'm interested to read it. So it stops the scroll for me. I go, right, in this instance, it's the colour. I go, no, that's it. I'm going to read that. Renee, she just bursts out of your screen. Like, you know, she's fabulous. She's funny. And so you're stopping for her for a completely different reason. It's not the colours and it's not the logo. It's because of who she is. So whenever I see her pop up, I stop. I'm going to watch because she's entertaining and I engage with her. So that's the point I'm talking about. Not just colours. It's also your personality. If you can get them all to work together, brilliantly.
Excellent. I seem to have accidentally branded myself with Post-it notes, certainly when I'm on a different screen. So in a few weeks' time, when I'll be on my mum's computer and this wall won't be there, everybody's going to say, oh my God, who is that person? Because that comes up whenever the Post-it notes change or they come down and I'm redoing. Yeah, I seem to have accidentally branded myself that way, but I'm not unhappy for it. So you get used to seeing people in a particular way based on how they do things. So maybe that would be my branding. And when I finally get to it, it'll be somehow done as Post-it notes all over.
Well, that's it. Yours will be a background of Post-it notes.
It'll be something to do with that. All right. We're going to move on. Thank you, Anne, so much for being our speaker today. Thank you, audience, for participating and asking questions.
Thank you for having me.
Hear a bit about that branding side. And I know for all of us, we all get a chance to do an elevator pitch, but to hear that extended pitch with the extra things that somebody does, it's always good to be able to hear the extra parts that people do so that we can understand more as well. So thanks, Anne, for being our speaker.